All right, we're back. This is Alien to the third power. Because the way they had the number three, right, is not the same size as the word alien.
Yeah, well, here's the funny thing. It's still the third part, but there was not three aliens in this movie.
See, that's not a three alien movie because the last one is aliens, and this one they just
Yeah.
bought
Yeah,
Alien
well, you
Three.
have Alien,
It's just
which had one
one.
alien in it.
Yep,
You had Aliens, which had
army of
aliens
them.
in it. And then you have Aliens 3, which has
No
just
pro,
two.
just Alien
Wait,
Three. Yeah,
we're just going to go ahead and put it. It just has two aliens in it.
has two definitely. Yes, but they don't want to tell you the I guess that's kind of a spoiler within the title, right? It's not like they're gonna call it Aliensis because,
They could have.
but it's only one physical out this time.
Where the world's going now, I'm sure the movie would have been called Aliens. Is
Aliensis. So
Aliens. And so we're
what
watching Aliens. Is.
what did you think of this David Fincher directed movie? I believe this is his first one.
Oh, is
Yes,
this the first movie?
Alien 3 is the first one, and then it's 7, and then the game, and then
Well, I
5.
mean, I don't know. I thought the movie was kind of boring, to be honest with you. But I don't know that I'm not blaming David Fincher. Okay,
Oh
this is like his first movie stuff. I didn't think it was shot horribly, and I don't think it's directed horribly.
no,
I just think that it was too long a movie, and it wasn't as suspenseful as they think must have
it's
thought it
not. You
was.
know what happened to this movie? Because it went to so many producers and directors, right? So basically, when they hired David Fincher, it's just the producers' shots of telling, "Hey, David Fincher, like this is what we want to see." Instead of like
Okay.
bringing his true vision, right? So there's a mini joke. There's a joke that I want to bring out here. So is I'm hoping eventually. I think this came out in 1993. In 2023 next year, right? We would see the Snyder
You
cut
mean
of this.
1990? What did you say?
I think it's
1990?
1993. Let me see when this came
Okay,
out.
you said 1983. I'm
Oh,
pretty
I'm
sure.
sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. 1992. So maybe somewhere along the line this year we'll see a Snyder cut version of this film.
I hope not. God no. God no.
But I want to see David Fincher's true
Let me put it
vision.
this way. Yeah, well, problem is I don't want to see David Fincher's true vision because let me put it, the fake vision was way too long, and every time we get a director's true vision, it's even longer. So I don't think I could stand.
Oh,
I couldn't stand another 10 minutes of this film.
I don't think so. How long was this
It was
movie?
just
Did
too
it seem long
long.
to you? What?
Oh, it's so boring.
Oh, it was
I,
114
they
minutes. It's
should
not
have.
even 2 hours.
I could have fixed this movie if I edited. It probably lasts 30 minutes, but it'd been a good movie.
Yeah. See, like this is why I don't like. But
They
for
just drug it out. To me, this one is drug it. They drug it out, especially when they're trying to get the alien to go into
the tunnel system.
the tunnel system. It's like we're gonna do this, and do this. I'm like, just get it over with for God's sake, because it's not scary.
I feel like you said it's not scary, right? So first of
And,
all,
and,
they
and the
kill
way
off
the way I feel it. Yeah. Well, go ahead.
all the most all the characters except for Ripley when they first started this movie.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then it feels like okay, the alien is still here, right? How do we make this more even difficult for Ellen Ripley? Oh, you know what we should do? Put her in an all male prison thing to make it
Yeah.
more difficult. And
And
also
all the
no weapons.
yeah. And what is? I didn't think it was a bad story. I mean, I thought it was interesting, and it had kind of like a kind of a Blade Runner feel to me.
Oh, it did, okay. How
It had
was
that
that?
dark side. It was kind of I don't know. It was just weird.
Yeah, there was
It
no
had that.
daylight.
But it had most of these guys were more like monks than they were prisoners.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up. You know why? Because
Why?
first of all, there's so many script changes, right? They actually wanted a planet of monks, and Ripley was sent there to test their whatever, like
Okay.
test their faith,
That's
but then they did
that's
that
to see
for
if they like women or
yeah,
not.
and then they did that with the prisoners too. They almost
Yeah.
had that rape scene.
Yeah,
Well,
they did.
they had that rape scene, and then Charles Dutton's character came and beat up all of them. Which is like, okay, so back at that time, right? I known that Charles Dutton character from a sitcom he was in. I can't remember what that sitcom is now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like
I'm sorry, I'm not. I don't know it. I don't
Oh,
know it.
okay. So, but it's like it's kind of like Paul Reiser. We only know him from Mad About You, and then he
Yeah.
plays a really serious role.
Yeah. Well, that seems to be your what you do if you're an aliens movie.
Yeah, they just put an
I
actor
mean,
in.
and this was a horror movie. I mean, I
This
can
is a
see it
horror
now
movie,
after
yes.
after seeing all three of these movies. I actually see all three of them being horror movies. They just the way that it's made. It's more, or we say horror movie, but we should say a monster movie. Like they used to have the old films where they got to fight big old ants, or they fought a big old giant spider.
And they fought a dog version of Alien. Remember last
Yeah,
time you said like if they
yeah.
muted with something else?
Takes all the DNA, and that's why Ripley's like, "What is this? I've never seen anything like that." Plus,
Yeah,
eats
like
that
the
dog.
moves like that. Yep. How,
Plus, all these guys walk around in these duct systems.
so let's get this out of the way. Out of all these movies, right? Obviously, which one did you like the best out of these three?
Mm.
Oh, it's
I'm gonna go with the second one.
the second one. Okay.
I'm gonna go with the second one, but the third one was up there with the quality. I mean, the production quality was a lot better than the third one. It's just they kind of rushed through the first. It's like, okay, everybody that you give a crap about in the first movie, well, the second movie, they're dead at the very beginning, and it doesn't even make sense why that pod breaks off and goes into the deal. No, it doesn't make any sense. Plus, there's this one. It somehow got one little alien thing on it, one egg on it, one egg from all that battle crap we saw in that crap. Somehow got this one stinking egg, even though we know the queen has to lay the eggs inside this room. But somehow there's one on this
Oh,
spaceship.
hold on. Okay, so before you go on about the egg thing, I thought once they just run off, the egg doesn't have to be there, right? Like when it hatches, this little the face hugger would have to run and capture something.
Yep. You're right. But did you pay attention? There was an egg inside that spaceship.
There was?
Yes, you can see the egg stuck inside the spaceship. That's
I missed it.
For me. Yes, if you watch, just the egg is inside that piece of spaceship they just happened to be quarantined on. There's a huge spaceship.
So that's right. You know, in the second movie, they never kind of show you like the egg. I mean, the queen was in that spaceship.
Yeah, she was in the other stuff.
Yeah, so it's in other. So it's trying
and
to
then
run.
They gets on the spaceship and they kill her. Maybe an egg fell out when they were fighting her. I don't know.
She was carrying it while I was fighting.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, maybe that's what they'll probably say. Oh yeah, that's egg guy. I'm like, when they got all the people to kill everybody, they just fall and poof, and then you got all these idiots. And here's another scene. I guess it would have been suspenseful if they would have they try to do it too early in the movie because all right, the way you believe it, Ripley gets a love interest in this movie.
Yes.
Or kind of a love interest. And he's a prisoner. He seems like a good guy. He's a pretty good character. I like the character. Yes. They made it, but they didn't give him enough to make you care when he actually does get killed.
No, it's like he gave his life story, and then that was it. Yeah,
it's so quick that you couldn't even have time to go, oh crap. Because I know they're trying to build it up and go, all right, you're gonna like this character, and then you're gonna think that it's gonna be Ripley and just this dude at the end of the movie.
Yes, but it's not.
And then they kill it, and then they're patting themselves on the back. While they're patting themselves on the back, I'm like, you stupid idiots! Why did you make him a little bit better?
You know what's really funny though?
We didn't even have time to give a crap.
When she opened up to the doctor, right? Is in a weird way that she decided to ask for sex first.
Yeah,
because it's like I've been out here for a long time.
I'm like, well, I'd like to meet a woman like that.
So I want to talk to you about because you said all the beloved characters that we have from the Aliens, right? They kill them all off in the third one. So let me bring up two things. First of all, James Cameron didn't like that because he spent time writing and developing these characters, right? Make them interesting, and then he killed them off. The second thing is Michael Biehn. He didn't like that at all. He didn't authorize Fox to use his likely list. On the movie, but the Fox did it anyway, and they end up paying him more than what they pay him for the second movie.
Oh, isn't that right?
The only picture that
he crazy though. That's the way I see it though. If you're gonna do something with the actor or even show their likeness, you better pay them. I mean, that's the way they make their money. You don't just go, oh well, we're gonna kill you off anyway, so we're just gonna show you, but we're not gonna give you anything. I'm like, you better give me some.
Yeah,
I can't believe it.
They could have gone without it.
Because we are invested in these characters.
Yeah, especially Hicks, right? From the second one.
Finally, they get up on the ship and they're dead. We don't even hear anything from them.
So let's judge
that's the thing. And that goes to show you though. That's why they couldn't develop any characters out of this movie.
Yeah,
they didn't know anything about developing characters.
Right, because who was it? 85 and Morse. That's all you really know at the end, right? The survivor is Morse, this character that we hardly ever knew.
Well, that's another problem though. Is everybody looked so much alike, and almost all had that stupid English accent.
Yeah,
that I couldn't even tell them apart. They all look the same to me. Let me put it that way.
Well, there's one actor. He's bald headed. He always reminds me of Patrick Stewart. But I can't remember I've seen him in other stuff too.
Okay, well, there's nobody remind me of Patrick Stewart in this movie. To me, everybody looked the same.
It's just like these small characters that these actors that I recognize from the other movie. Like you're right, the only build up they have is the doctor. but they killed him immediately after he told
Yeah.
his life story. I'm like, well, where the hell is
Yeah.
this going?
Yeah, you're supposed to have at least got some. I mean, you're starting to get invested, and they kill him before you even got invested. That's the problem.
Kind of like the Dylan guy. Was it his name is Dylan, right? The black guy.
Oh, I don't remember
Let me
anybody's
see.
name because I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
care.
his name is Dylan. See, that's the thing. This movie, like the only person you just really knew is Ripley.
Yeah, I mean, like Dylan. Is
Dylan.
Dylan
Yeah.
the first guy got killed, or is he the guy?
No,
that
Dylan's
survives
the
all
black
way-
guy.
They got survives all the way to the end, right?
Yeah, it's up until the end. The hot lead.
Which is sad. We're just gonna call him the black guy, but no, I'm not being that way. We should call him by his name.
His name is Dylan because that's the only
Dylan.
other person that
Yeah, that's the thing.
he's the one who gave the speech at the funeral.
Yeah, I knew that. And then, I can't even remember who the guy that survives at the end.
Morse.
Morse. Yeah, see, the problem is Morse to me looked like everybody else.
Yeah, and also he didn't really become a big character until like the last 30 minutes because
Yeah,
he
and
survived.
he didn't matter, and he really
Yeah.
never still mattered. Yeah, I mean, was it Dutton?
Dutton.
I could see that them trying to develop a character, and we still didn't even get too much of him. You know?
And 85, I guess the guy who's not really a prisoner.
Yeah, 85. Yeah, well, he wasn't a prisoner. 85 wasn't a prisoner.
Yeah, he
just
wasn't. Yes.
He was just a jailer that came there, served, and does a tour and leaves. The only reason the doctor stayed because there was nobody's going to hire him out in the outside world. So he
Yes.
stayed and did medical deal, and he was a prisoner. He had a good story and stuff.
Yes. But
All
they
right.
killed him too quick.
Yeah, they just killed her like quick, and then with the dog alien, and we never saw it looked like they cut a big giant chunk out because you remember the guy's all worried about his dog.
Yes.
His dog blows up, and we never hear about that again. Matter of fact, they mentioned him because the guy falls in the fan.
Mm-hmm.
They go, "We had 2 murders. We never saw the guy
that's
get
like the
killed with
first
the
one.
dog."
So it's just
They
bad
cut it
editing
out.
too. Yep.
Yep, bad editing.
You know what's
right
really
there. It's like-
funny? I wonder if that was the scene, like, because this was so producer control, right? David Fincher actually shot a couple of scenes without the production knowing, and when they found out, they were pissed off about it. And maybe that was the scene that David Fincher tried to shoot without telling them.
Maybe
So
so.
we
Who
don't know.
knows? But you're all right about the producer. So notice when you're watching it, usually says directed by so. We had to see. I don't know how many producer names I saw before we finally see David Fincher's name. I was like, goodness gracious! I guess they just decided we'll just give everybody a producer credit.
It's just like,
They're
hey,
like, hey, they're like, who are you? Oh, I'm the
guy who
I'm
mops the
food
floor.
guy. Yeah, I'm the food guy. Well, we're gonna make you a producer. Get on the phone right now.
See, this is the only movie that reminds me of what happened to Zack Snyder's Justice League. He has to leave during production. I'm like, hey, Joss Whedon, come here. This is exactly what happened. Like, all these other directors dropped out because of, development, right?
Yeah,
and like,
but
hey, David Fincher, come
I'm
here.
not even.
Come
I'm
shoot
not
this.
gonna. I guess we could. I don't mean. I'm having a hard time comparing it to anything like that.
See, that's what I'm saying, right?
Because
Now
Justice
you've
League
seen
sucked,
this.
and then
No.
Justice League, I'm still
Let's just say
sucked.
David
Probably
Fincher
just 4
alone.
more hours are sucked.
You've seen other David Fincher movies. Was
I've
this
seen other David Fincher
anything
movies.
like the game?
No, but this is his first movie too, right?
See, it's hard to say. I would actually consider. Hold on. What was his next movie? I would actually consider 7 to his first true movie.
Okay, well, I remember 7. 7 was awesome.
This is something that he just shot because they asked him to do it.
Well, he had to get his foot in the door. We all do.
Yeah, he got his foot in the door. Yep, exactly.
It's like, hey, could you do this? Well, yeah, it's his job.
Yeah,
Come on.
if he didn't do it, we would never see these great movies: 7, Fight Club, The Game.
Yeah. It's like working at
Social
Walmart.
Network.
It's like working at Walmart before you get a real job.
Yes, I need
hope
these
that-
experience.
I hope that offended somebody.
I hope we didn't offend David Fincher, but then you know the business. Like you need to get your foot in the door.
The guy drives around in probably a really nice car, lives in a very nice house, made a lot of good movies. We're not gonna. We're not gonna make him mad. If
yeah,
we
we're not making
do,
him mad.
if we make David Fincher mad, he's
Look
got
at
some
this.
issues. He's got some really sorry. He needs to go talk to his therapist.
Look at
That's
this.
all I got to say.
Everything I seen that he has done, I loved it all. Even
Yeah.
not the pop
Well,
like Panic.
It's because I already know you're like a huge David Fincher
Oh, I'm
fan.
a huge David Fincher fan. I haven't
David
seen.
Fincher.
I think the only thing I haven't seen on here is the girl with the dragon tattoo.
I haven't seen a lot of David Fincher films.
Actually, I haven't
I'm
seen
not a-
Mank or the
I'm-
Killer. Well, the
I'm
Killer's
not
not. out yet.
I'm not a David Fincher. I mean, I like his movies. Let's put it this way. I don't go, oh, this is a David Fincher film. I need to go see this. No, I'll go, here's a film and maybe I'll see it. But everything that it's been David Fincher that I have seen, other than this,
Yeah,
it's good.
it's
I
superb
mean,
to me.
actually, like, for example,
The Game.
Fight Club.
Oh, Fight Club is my
Game.
still my
The
favorite.
Game, it may be one of my favorite.
Yeah, with
I like
Sean Penn
7
and
too.
Michael
I
Douglas.
love 7
Oh,
too.
the first time I seen 7, I was 15 or
Oh
16 because I was working at the movie theater.
yeah, my cousin showed me 7.
Oh,
So
it's
that it's but I
so
was like
great.
blown away. And
It is.
well, that is, I guess I can't say that because that was the only time when the game came out. That's the only time I went and saw it because it was David Fincher. Because they
Yes.
said the same guys from that. I was like, I will
Hey,
have to watch this.
he
And the
made a
problem with the
story
game
about
is,
Facebook interesting. Like the suspense of this whole business
yeah,
deal.
that was a good movie
That is a
too.
good movie too.
But I still like the game. It's my favorite. But the problem with the game is you already know what happens now.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna still say it's my favorite because at the time, the first time you watch it, man, by the
See,
time you get to the end, it's like you're so relieved.
see, that's what the same thing with Fight Club. Like when you find out the truth, right? Like,
Yeah, I know
ooh,
I like Fight Club, but still the game beats the Fight Club for me.
oh, I know. I think it's just because maybe you
Because
watched the
because
game
I
first.
guess that's because I got an idea of what was going on in Fight Club,
And you know what?
and it ruined it. It didn't ruin it, but I knew how it was going to end on
You know
Fight
what?
Club.
David Fincher have a lot of these things. Like once you find out the answer to like something that's very suspenseful, right? Like, oh my god, that's so good. Alien 3 didn't have any of this.
No, it's too early. Plus, like you said, it wasn't his film.
Yeah, it wasn't his film.
I mean,
He's just an
he just
employee.
jumped on. Yeah, he just jumped on somebody else's film.
He
But
did.
I do think he tried to take it to the suspense. He tried to do
He did.
suspense.
He trying to
And he tried
do
to
it his way.
did take it back even more to the horror
Yeah.
point. But to me, it's more like Leprechaun in space is what this one was like.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hate it that much.
You know, it's really funny, right? Like, no, we do this trilogy. We talked about like, hey, eventually they want to make more money, so that's why they have Alien Resurrection, right? I know you haven't seen it yet. In some ways, you could probably argue this is like well, I can't put this on the same level of Empire, okay? But like between 3 and
Not
Alien
even
Resurrection,
here.
this is what you can argue. Hey, which one is the worst movie? 3
Well, the
or
problem is,
Resurrection?
I mean, I know a lot of people because they keep making alien movies, so apparently a lot of people are very invested in aliens.
Yes.
But from what the 3 movies I could see, I could care less if they ever make another one.
Yeah, I think because because you never seen them until now.
Yeah.
Maybe when you see them when you were younger,
I
you know
probably
what
would.
I
I
mean?
would probably
Yeah.
because I love space stuff.
It's kind of like if you watch Indiana Jones now, opposed to like a kid in the 80s, will we feel the same way?
Yeah, I would because Indiana Jones was awesome.
Well, right. Well,
I know. It's a lot of people want to trash like people do and the Last Crusade, but let me tell you, those are two of my favorites. I actually almost like those. People get mad. I like those better than Raiders almost.
I think. Like,
Actually,
hold on.
I probably do like them better.
Okay, so I did put on our list of the Indiana Jones trilogy on our list, so I don't want to give too much on that yet. You're right, but it's hard to judge that. Like, it's hard to judge something that I seen, how I would feel about it at this age, opposed to
It is hard to. But
when I was like
those are
7.
good films. Those are better films. I mean, I didn't get bored in those films. This film, all the Alien movies, I got bored and it was ready for it to be over. I've never, even if I was to watch Raiders or any of the Indiana Jones movies, well, except for the 4th one, because well,
we don't talk about that.
Man, I wanted to leave the theater.
I think because you and I saw that together. We're Cody.
Yeah.
And like,
And the
oh
sad
my
thing is-
god! Like,
and
I
it was
wanted to
packed.
leave too.
I mean,
Yeah, it was packed,
theater,
yep.
We had to sit all the way. It was me, you, and Cody, and we
Yep.
all had to sit all the way at the very back,
Yes.
next to some younger people. I should say kids. If they're way younger. And you know what? One of us said, "So who is Indiana Jones?"
Oh,
I was like, "Why are you even here?"
hey, marketing works. That's what all you gotta say. Okay.
Marketing works, but I'm still thinking, why are you here? And
So,
apparently,
hold on.
this sucky movie was made for your sucky generation.
So to bring it back to Alien 3, you said that you can't wait for this to be over. So which one was more boring to you, Alien 3 or the first one, Alien?
Actually, yeah, the first one was more boring.
The first one was more boring. The build-up was
Yeah.
suspense was longer.
I don't know. The first one, I'd like to say was good, but I don't know. It's a hard one. They're kind of on the even terms. The Alien was way better looking than in the 3rd one.
Oh, the special effects
even
were
though-
kind of
even
off,
though-
right?
Yeah, it does look off, but it still was way better than a guy running around in a suit.
Oh, okay,
Well,
I got you.
Just the few shots they see in the first one, they just didn't look right. The Alien looked a little bit better and 8 people. It looked cool when it
Yeah,
people.
this one
I don't
8
know.
people, right? I want to say.
I almost think it was a better idea. The 3rd one was a good idea. It's just they didn't execute it very well.
No, we're just gonna keep trashing this. Like, there's a point of no return where we're gonna say like, well, this movie was good.
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I want to say we want to say it's horrible. And we're talking about like it's really horrible, but Alien series wasn't that awful. It was just
Right.
I think it was really long. There was a lot of stuff I didn't need to see. I mean, them running through the tunnel. I mean, why they have to drag that out?
To make it more
They drug
suspenseful?
out. A lot of stuff
I don't
wasn't
know.
suspenseful though. It was just like it was drug out. Too many shots that could have been cut down. You
Hey,
know,
you know what's way
and that's
also
probably what to me was probably David trying to learn how to set up shots
right.
too. But I'm like, they could have cut a lot of that out.
I agree with you because you know what's really weird about the tunnel thing because like I don't know this tunnel system. When they say like,
Yeah,
oh, he is in B,
yeah,
is in
it's
A
hard
now,
to
like,
follow. It's harder to
dude,
follow the where it's going in
yeah,
the deal,
they
and
never
it
show us
just
the map, so we don't know what they're doing
basically
anyway.
basically the whole tunnel system scene was just to see people getting eaten over and over and over again.
Yes, just to
And then
eliminate the
finally,
rest.
and here's another thing. By the time, and you kind of know this is going to happen, and it just kind of ticks me off because it's what you see in a lot of horror movies. Okay, they pour the lid on the alien,
Yeah.
yay, and then the alien jumps out. I'm like, there was no surprise. And then you're like, you're gonna pour water on him, and they're like, we're gonna pour water. I'm like, yes, I know you're gonna pour water on. Go ahead and just get it over with, because in the beginning, they had that scene where she tries to use fire to
Yes.
run that alien into a lock it up. Well, you could tell that this is coming because they all get burnt. There's a
Yes.
big giant fire, so they turn the water on.
Oh.
It shows a bucket there, and the bucket cracks.
Oh yes.
And I was like, you're gonna do this to the alien.
Oh, look at how smart you are.
You bunch of morons.
Hey, how did you like? Actually, you know what? We talk about killing off all the characters, right? They did have Bishop turned on for a while.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was just
I thought that was cool. And they bring Bishop back, and of course Bishop's talking, and then he's got that white stuff going on his mouth. But I thought that was pretty cool. But it is also see so much low grade technology in the future.
Yeah.
It's like this is a horrible.
Well, they're on a
future.
scrap metal or scrap.
Well,
planet,
still,
right?
I mean, even the technology we saw in the last movie.
Oh
so
yeah,
much
it's
more
just
crap.
so much more advanced, right? Yeah, because they have
Yeah,
people
and this
that
one
care.
it should be crappy. Of course, she gets the talk, and then of course we see at the end, when they finally realize that she's pregnant with another alien.
Oh, what did you think about that?
I was like, that's just weird.
Well,
I
not
don't
only
know.
weird, but like
I
how
thought
come?
I thought it was interesting. I mean, it made it interesting.
So did you think that she was gonna die at the end?
Yeah, I kind of knew she was going to die.
Oh, okay. Okay. Once you found out there was a
But
queen in her, right? Like, how did they even know that was the queen? Don't they just look all the same?
they all look the same. Well, apparently I guess because it took so long to grow.
Oh, it does make sense because like in the first movie, or like once he was come to, right? It came out within hours.
Which
Like,
we can go ahead and add this. I guess let's say this. So this is how this happens. Now, when you fight a queen alien,
Mhm.
when you kill the queen alien, one last egg comes out. And whatever that egg is, it gets on you, and it's the queen. It's the queen face hugger.
You know what's really crazy? Like, we saw them in the hypersleep, right? How did that thing get on her face? Like, there was no cracks in the thing.
Yeah, we don't know. I never figured that out. It never actually explains it.
No,
her deal. It ate everybody else's deal, but it didn't eat hers. But still, she got one inside of her. I guess a little tiny bit of spit came out in her mouth when she shot the queen. When she shot the queen, boom, some guts came out, and not the acid because it would have burned her face off.
So it's not an egg then.
Yeah, that's one time you need to keep your mouth closed.
I'll do it. Like when you're fighting aliens, always have your mouth closed. So where's your face mask?
Yeah, you might want to keep your underwear on. Just don't tell them what's going to get in your orifice.
You know what? I like it. When they turn on Bishop, right? I love Bishop's sense of humor. He's like, oh, my legs hurt.
Well, I didn't think that was a sense of humor when he did it.
Because like
he probably didn't know what all the censors. Yeah, I don't think that was a joke.
Oh, you don't think so? Oh,
yeah, I don't think that was a joke.
I thought it was a joke.
Man, you're gonna offend some robots.
Well, because when he knew he was ripped in half.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably. Well, I don't know, or if a robot's really damaged, sometimes they may just realize they can't.
And
get their legs to work.
Yeah, that's a far advancement in technology because he made the choice like he doesn't want to be like this.
Yeah, I know he wanted to be destroyed. And then the thing is, at the end, we see a type of Bishop robot show up again.
So what did you think that? Because that guy is from Wayland. What is it?
Yeah.
Bioweapons Division.
Yeah. What a jerk.
So I guess this company, right? That has been its goal on the whole purpose of these however many years out there.
You gotta make business deals, okay? I mean,
but
you
then
can't
isn't
just
it
sell
funny?
one thing.
Like
they sell everything now.
So as long as Ripley's been traveling, like I don't know how, like probably hundreds of years now, right? This company still have not gotten their hands on one creature.
Not yet.
Right? Oh. You know, you
Not
always
yet.
say something that kind of foreshadows the next movie.
Well, because we know there's another one. So we already know that
What do
Ripley
humans
died.
want?
But I already know probably went down in that lead and pulled Ripley's guts or DNA or whatever's left out of her out.
Hey,
They
how
had
big is
to.
that lead? I thought it was just like a narrow hallway of lead, right? But
It
when
was
she,
a big old chunk of lead.
oh, okay, because like when she
Oh yeah,
fall,
you're
like,
right. It did get bigger. It did look like it got bigger, but
yeah,
who
it looks
knows?
like
Because
it was like,
it looked like it was tiny when the little alien popped out of it. But then
yeah.
when she jumps in, it's huge. But maybe she jumped in a furnace.
Oh,
Was
that
it a
makes more
furnace?
sense. Oh, you know what?
Who
Yeah, they
knows?
never said
But
like
the
they already
problem is,
jumped in.
we know there's another movie, so there's something had to happen.
Yeah.
Even though I saw that she falls and the little alien pops out, she grabs the whole thing. I'm like, oh my god, come on, this guy finally got this movie out of the way. Like I said, it could have been a shorter movie and I would have been happier.
And I'm so sorry that you had to sit through this. Okay, I thought the Alien 3 was 3 times the
Hey,
suspense, three
but if it
times the
makes you
danger.
happy, I didn't fall asleep anytime during this movie.
Well, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah,
Did you
because I
fall
mean,
asleep in the first one?
no, I didn't fall asleep through any of the Alien movies. Let me
Uh,
put it this way: all the Alien movies were still better than the fourth Matrix movie,
oh,
which
ooh, yes.
and
Oh, then I'm gonna put it out there right now. Alien
that was a
Resurrection is better than the fourth Matrix movie.
yeah. Oh yes, Alien Resurrection's way better.
What is the
Oh,
fourth?
Alien. Oh, I didn't see Alien Resurrection,
Yeah.
but I'm going to.
You
I
know
kind of
what?
want to. I actually want to see Alien Resurrection.
Okay, good. Because I put that on our list for later. Because I would set that as a different trilogy. Because there's 3 other
Yeah,
movies with
and
the
we need to
Alien.
watch Species too.
Oh, you know what? I gotta put that on.
Just because the alien's designed by the same guy that designed Aliens.
Okay, Species. So that way I could put that on.
Yeah.
Good.
Plus, we could see some, people die. What do you think I was gonna say?
I don't know. Because
Okay. Okay.
Because
Good.
I was like, the nudity was too obvious. Right? I'm like,
Okay.
wait a
That's
minute.
what
That was
that's
gonna
what
be
you thought. That's what you thought I was gonna
No,
say.
but then I was like, no, that's gotta be something else.
Yeah, we're just gonna see a bunch of people die.
So she was like, I was like, I thought we were gonna see the train station. I remember
mean,
that part too.
I mean,
see
you
the
can see
species?
nudity. I mean, we
Yes.
live in the world where you can see nudity anywhere.
Yeah.
People die, but actually, we live in a world where you see all that all the time too.
Yes, just see American Pie or what's that? How the Duck movie? That's nudity.
Yeah, that highly offended you. Well, it was kind of disgusting.
I was like, what is
Naked
this?
ducks. Who wants to see a naked duck?
Duck
I mean,
boobs.
it's just, yeah, that's
Duck
just
boobs.
wrong. That was
Ooh.
so wrong. I mean, I've seen a duck, and I know they don't have clothes. I've never seen duck boobs. I'll tell you that right now.
So okay, so
Oh, that
I
was
know I want
disturbing.
to touch on more like because you said last time these aliens got human DNA, right?
Yeah.
Did you like that at all? That it got mixed with a dog DNA and it actually moves
Oh,
like
yeah.
a
I think
dog?
that's actually pretty cool.
But it looks like the
Oh, I
alien
think,
was smaller, right?
yeah, the alien was a little small, and it kind of acted more like a dog.
Yeah, because and also faster because it moves like a
Yeah,
dog.
it was basically like a dog. I thought that was interesting. I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
And it makes it harder to hunt down.
Yeah, in the alien science world, Wayland Yutani Corporation Science Division, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So it
But I
needs
don't know.
to some kind of
Yeah.
organism.
And I guess in a world where you already have robots that are stronger than humans, you would have to have something like an alien to make a good weapon.
Oh, you know what? Maybe we want to see Alien versus Predator, right? I mean, that's what they put. Like, how come I can't get to see Alien versus Terminator?
I don't really want to see that. No interest to see that.
What?
At
Who
all.
would win in a fight against Alien versus Terminator? Like the acid would burn down the Terminator.
Yeah. Well, we see. You're talking about like Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator. So you're gonna have one Terminator,
Or any
because
Terminator.
that's the thing. That's not even what Terminator is about. Terminator is about the big giant Skynet system, and the Skynet system's so smart it would probably wipe out the aliens
Yeah, I guess it would.
because they're not human. So it burns up a few Terminators and stuff. It would be more thorough though, because it extinguishes humans really easily. I mean, the
Oh,
whole
it
point
does.
of it, yeah. And I mean, what are they going to do? The aliens can't mix into a Terminator.
No, so we won't even hunt down the Terminator because there's no use.
Yeah, the aliens don't have no need. Basically, all it would turn the aliens back into the cockroaches they are, and then the Skynet would get a big giant can of Raid and just wipe them out.
Hey, so now I want to talk about the famous scene when the alien killed the doctor, and now you thought did you think Ripley was gonna die right there?
No,
Oh, why did you not think that? Because he was a hero of the story.
she's the hero of the story.
So what did you think was up when the alien was right up in her face, and then he didn't do anything? He just ran away.
Okay. I had to think about it, but at the
Okay.
first moment, I thought, well, and I'm sure that's what you were led to believe is she got that shot and there's a chemical in her.
Oh, that's right. You just get that shot.
There's a
It was
chemical,
his
yeah. Remember,
we met his
because right
mix.
before he does it, he has this special mix. He gives it to her, and she doesn't do it. But after a while, I kind of thought, because she's all sick all the time.
Yeah, she was like.
Oh, she's always sick. And it's like, huh? Why
Well,
would you be
they did
sick?
give the explanation like, oh, it takes her a while just to get back on her feet because she's been in hypersleep so long.
Yeah, well, but that also tries to make you think that she's pregnant.
Oh,
But
that.
I mean, it wasn't until you get in the deal. It's like, but I started to begin, but even before she gets in the chamber for them
Mhm.
to do that deal, you kind of thought she got an alien in her.
Yeah, it's kind of very
She
obvious,
got an
right?
alien. It's kind of
Because like,
obvious now.
she
But the
did the
problem
thing
is,
on Newt, like,
nowhere do you know when the alien shows up.
yeah, they never did
Nowhere.
face hugging thing.
They never phase it because the problem is we already know that all the other people get aliens in them. They bust open really quick.
Yes. Well, you talk about because the queen might take longer to grow.
Maybe.
And how did you
But
like the autopsy on that little girl?
yeah, it doesn't show you the autopsy.
No, I mean like the way that she BS her way to the doctor about like of corona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the doctor, yeah, but they cut it all up. Cut that little girl up just looking for a chest buster. I'm like, what?
Yes, just to look like
And they
just like
never found anything,
no.
which is weird since it goes through her capsule.
Wait, that's right. It came out a news capsule, right? That was a broken thing.
Yeah. Well, for all we know, though, I mean, we didn't really see what's on the ship. For all we know, it went into Ripley's capsule, got on her face, and then when the ship crashed, it busted up all the capsules, and they didn't know which capsules they pulled those people out of.
Oh,
Because Newt drowned. Why did she drown?
yes, you
If she was
drowned.
in a capsule, if she was in a capsule, she shouldn't have.
Oh, that's interesting.
But again, Ripley was messed up too. But what was her capsule solid? Do we remember? Do we even know that for a fact that her capsule was solid?
Right. Oh, here we go. That's the one point I want to bring out since we've been in Alien 3. Ripley is like Captain Kirk. She cheats death so many times in this Alien series,
No,
right?
we're not going to do that. No, no.
Why not? She
Because
cheats
she's nothing
death.
like Captain Kirk.
I
Because
didn't say
Captain Kirk,
exactly
Captain
like
Kirk
Captain
has
Kirk. I'm
Captain
just talking
Kirk.
about cheating death. That's it.
Oh well, there's a lot of, but all the heroes cheat death. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis cheats death in every movie.
Yeah. So all of them are
Sydney
like Captain
Sydney
Kirk.
Sydney Prescott cheats death in all the Scream movies.
Yes. So they're all like Captain Kirk. Or Captain Kirk is like Ripley. I don't know.
Because Captain Kirk's badass though. I mean,
I'm gonna put
he,
that. Ripley's just like Captain Kirk.
oh, she's not like Captain Kirk. Captain
Just
Kirk.
to tick you off.
Captain Kirk has an awesome science officer.
I know. I also put on a note, like when I was thinking, like on
Chances
that.
are Captain Kirk would never have a face hugger on his
Yeah.
face.
I went well, and I was on this train of thought, right? Then I'm thinking like, Alien is like Jurassic Park, right? Just like exactly like Jeff Goldblum said. First, like a lot of like, ooh, and then there's a lot of like, ooh, a lot of running, and then there's a lot of screaming because they're trying to get away from the dragon.
Yeah, the
The
dragon.
dragon.
Oh yeah, what did this dragon look like?
I would like to talk to you about more than this dragon. I think Ripley trying her best to keep her cool. Like for the other prisoner, right? She can't just run out and say like, "Hey, there's a monster here." She doesn't cause that panic.
Yeah, well, she probably should have.
You think so? You think they were gonna listen to her?
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah,
They're a
like,
bunch of prisoners.
she's hysterical.
But the doctor probably would have listened, and he wanted to.
Yes, and
But
then
she
he
didn't
saw
tell
it.
him. You know what happened? She got killed. He got killed because she didn't tell him.
Yes,
That's what happens when you don't tell your doctor what's going on.
Eventually, it will kill the doctor. The irony of this.
Yep.
Oh my god!
You
I
tell
feel
your
like
medical
when I was
medical
watching
provider.
this movie, right? It's like I try so hard to like it. I
Yeah,
try
well, I
so
never
hard.
saw it. I never saw it before, and it's like I said, it wasn't horrible. It's like
No,
they were
it's
going
not
the right
horrible.
direction, but it just, I mean, it was not. It was just.
talking about scene dragging out, right? When that lighter
Yeah.
is like, if that did that slow motion before it hits the thing, like, man, when is this gonna happen?
Yeah, I really feel like, yeah, exactly. And how does everybody like, I'm like, y'all are all in
Move.
fast motion and they're all, it is in slow motion. I'm like, come on. We already know a lot of you go so fast, you're not going to have time to do anything.
Yeah, it remind me of like the scene in The Rock when they
But
just dropped that bomb in the
most of
sewer.
the movie was good. It's just like I said, it was everything was drug out.
It
It's
is.
drug out. And some of the scenes just need to be speeded up a little bit, speed some scenes up, cut a lot of crap out of the slow scenes, and then cut a lot of that tunnel crap out. Boom, excellent movie. I bet this movie could beat the second one.
Oh, you think so?
Because the second one wasn't really that good. Because the Marines show up, and you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna see a big old battle. You don't even see a battle; they just get wiped out like
I
that.
think it's
I'm like,
just the ending that makes Aliens 2 so good, right? Better than this one. It's the
I don't know,
Ripley.
because
It's
by
the
the time I got
rescue
to the
from
end,
Ripley.
because yeah, I guess. But
It's
by the
just
end of
that
that, I
part.
was like, okay, we're gonna have a big old giant queen fight some girl on some kind of conveyor robot thing. I'm like, yeah, I would rather watch Battle Tag.
But you know what? That's all they have. Like it kind of like this one. They can't really fight the alien one on one because you know
Yeah.
the alien is a lot stronger.
Why would you fight the alien one on one? I mean, just because we already seen it, if you shoot it all up, it dies.
But they don't have any guns.
Yeah, they didn't have any
They
guns.
just have fire. Even if they don't even
Yeah,
have that.
yeah, they didn't really have anything. A bunch of axes. They had some axes.
There's some axes and like some sticks.
Yeah, some sticks. They had a bunch of trash.
Yeah,
All right, they're a bunch of goners.
yeah. It's just like what are they doing in this prison?
And
Because like
plus, they're prisoners anyways. I mean,
there's
I
really
don't want to be.
nothing for them to
Yeah,
do.
exactly. I don't want to sound mean, but if an alien landed in one of the prisons here in the United States and stuff and just start killing prisoners, I guarantee I don't give a crap.
Hey, you know what's really funny? Instead of trapping it, right? Let's just say no one listens to Ripley. Like, did they really have to stay in that place, or like, can they go outside just to get away from the alien? Like,
They couldn't go outside. Remember, it's
I
too
can't.
cold.
Oh, it's too
Oh, it
cold.
was too cold. It was like you'd freeze
And you
instantly
know
when
what?
you
We
got
forgot
outside.
you mentioned the lice problem. That's why Ripley had to shave her head.
Let me point it out. This prison was like Rural Pente.
What does Will Pente explain?
Rural Pente in Star Trek, the
Oh,
Klingon prison planet.
oh yes,
Oh, for a
oh
second, I just got ashamed of you.
yes.
But
You know,
that's okay. I'll get over
I
it.
can't remember everything because I haven't watched it
You're
multiple times.
Rural Pente. You
Will
should. Yeah,
Pente.
you're right. You need to watch it again. You need to watch
Yeah.
Star Trek 5. No, 6 one more time.
Yes.
At least
Oh
5 more
yes.
times.
At least a few more times. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry.
My memory is not as good as I used
That's
to.
your point. Nobody's is. Neither is mine.
Yeah.
Some days I don't even know what I ate. I know I ate, but I don't know what I ate.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna assume it was good because if it was horrible, I probably would have remembered it.
Yeah. Yeah. At least there's not like, oh, maybe not yet. Not 10 of these movies yet. I mean, this property, this IP, now belongs to Disney.
And I can't see Disney doing anything with it.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I'm guessing if Kevin Feige wants it, I mean, it's gonna be
Kevin
awesome.
Feige wants it.
Well, actually, I can't see him wanting it, but you know who I could see actually probably doing it?
What, Aliens?
Aliens. Yeah, I would think the director of Iron Man might want to do it. John Favreau.
John Favreau?
Well, he's a kind of a nerd.
Oh yes, he's a huge nerd.
He
Yes.
probably would. Yeah, I'm sure he was sitting on the couch
I was just
eating
thinking about that the
potato
other day.
chips when this came out. He's probably sitting there and going, "Yeah, I like this.
I was
This
just
is
thinking
good."
about this the other day. Like him and Dave Filoni, right? The other guy who was working with him on that
Well,
stuff.
that would be good. But I mean, because we saw John Favreau, he did Aliens and Cowboys and Aliens.
Oh, that's
So we know
right.
he has an interest in it, and it was kind of alienish.
Yes.
Remember, especially when they go inside the alien dome and stuff, and they're trying to fight. I bet you, he just hasn't thought about it yet. But I'm thinking
So,
if he was to know this, he'd probably think of, yeah, I could do aliens. I could do it way better.
so what you're gonna tell me is like John Favreau could create a Western version of Alien? Probably.
Why? But why? I mean, he could just
Because
do
that's
aliens.
kind of what he does, right? Like
Yeah,
with
but
the
he could
covers
just
and
start
everything.
aliens. He could just start aliens over again.
Yeah.
I mean, he could do it
reboot
even
Aliens.
better. Because I'm sure he was sitting on the couch watching the third one, thinking, "Yeah, if they would have edited it a little bit better, it would have been good."
It's the same thing that you just said.
Exactly. Why would I take?
If they
Why
just
would I
edit
take?
this a little bit,
Exactly.
change
Why
some of
would
the
I take credit
lines,
for that?
or like I changed some of the shot
You don't
angles,
even
I
have to
could make this
change
even
it.
better.
Honestly, I don't even think you would have to change the lines. I don't think you would have to change the lines. I think all it needs to do is
It's
be
the shots
trimmed
we've
up,
done.
cut down, and maybe a few things put in order, a little bit better order.
Yeah.
Because they just
Create
drug
some
it
of the
out. They
characters.
just drug it out so long to where you just don't care.
You know, I feel like this movie was longer than the first one, even though it's kind of shorter.
Yeah, because like I said, there's these long just shots where you see, like the guy. I didn't need to see the guy in the tube near the fan cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and cleaning before he finally decides there's a hole in the deal. I'm like,
Yeah.
cut to it, get it over with.
You know, that suspense wasn't on David Fincher level. When he steps
No,
on that, like the exo, like the skin of the face hugger,
yeah,
it
he
was like,
plays it up.
huh. It's not
I
like,
mean,
oh.
and it's probably I would like maybe the music too. They need to work on the music.
Yeah, the music was not
'Cause I can't even
suspenseful.
remember the music.
This
I
is
remember,
another movie that the audio was really low.
yeah, the audio was
The
horrible.
the the um
Actually,
the
actually,
conversation.
the audio was so bad on this one, I had to turn on subtitles to
Oh,
read.
really?
Yeah, which is weird for me sitting there reading English subtitles
I
like I'm
don't
deaf.
speaking English.
Like I'm deaf. Yeah, like I'm deaf. I'm having reading
You know, it's
subtitles.
really
Just no.
funny on things like this, right? Like, I wish you just listen to it on headphones. Because like somehow on headphones, right? Then you can hear the conversation probably a lot more clear. I don't know
Yeah,
why they did that. It's like, hey,
the problem is, yeah, it's just horrible. The sound was bad.
it's like they're whispering, but they're not whispering.
I don't know. 20th Century Fox had a lot of, yeah, they needed a lot of work.
You know, we're gonna judge that because, like, have we watched a lot of 20th Century Fox movie
Well, Star
production stuff?
Wars, but Star Wars was like Lucas had all that.
Yeah, Lucas have all that. That's right.
Yeah, that's Lucas had that. But 20th Century Fox, I'm sure to me, Aliens was 20th Century Fox. Let's get all the people who work for 20th Century Fox. If you got a suit and you're a 20th Century Fox man, you're going to come down here to the soundstage and help us make Aliens. I don't care if you
Just,
work in the accounting office. You're going to hold the boom mic, okay?
just make it louder, please, so I can hear.
Yeah. Exactly. So we had a lot of people on the Alien set that had no business being there. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, especially on this one, Alien 3 set.
Exactly. Well, I think all three of them. I mean, and it was a good idea. They're a good idea. It was a horror movie. I mean, the Aliens idea is a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a great idea. I mean, the movie's a great idea. That's why I'm thinking John Favreau could take it and go, here's a new one.
You know what?
I hate reboots, but I would watch a reboot.
You're right on the Fox thing. Kind of like James Cameron. He had a problem with his production, too. It's just Fox can't handle it right.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, you're going to give me these guys? I would be like, you're fired. All of y'all. All of y'all are fired.
I want to hire my own crew.
Yeah, I got my own crew. Let's do this. And we're going to call this Avatar Aliens.
Avatar versus Alien.
Oh, yeah. Avatar versus Aliens.
And then a Predator comes in this cameo.
Oh my God, what's up with this Predator crap? And then all of a sudden, you know what? We're going to do that. Batman shows up too.
Yeah, Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shows up. Who else? RoboCop shows up and the Terminator comes in.
Yeah, RoboCop and the Terminator. That's a funny thing. If you want a RoboCop Terminator. Yeah, might as well just get everybody in there. And then Critters. Just might as well put the Critters.
Critters. Just throw Howard the Duck in there so that way they get
so he can die.
Get that sucked into the MCU.
No, we don't want that. Come on, don't touch that. Because if you do that, then you have to have Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting aliens.
You know, speaking of Obi-Wan Kenobi, I truly enjoy when someone else is expanding the universe of Star Wars. You know, instead of like, it brings me back to like, I wish we could redo episodes 1, 2, and 3 where George Lucas is not directing any of them. This is one of the things like, hey, you know what? I'll watch the same story again, just have a different director. George Lucas is not a good storyteller. Right?
I mean, I think he's a good storyteller. He's not a good director.
He's not a good director. He's a writer, storyteller.
But well, I mean, to me, if you're the writer, you're the storyteller.
Yeah, he can't direct his vision.
Yeah, he just can't get the actors to give us what they need to give.
Yes, it's just Lucas is not a good director.
Yeah, I think that's it. He just can't get what he needs to get out of an actor.
And now it's like the Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, I love the series so far. There's only 2 more episodes, and that's when I realized, like, oh my God, this is getting really interesting. I hope I see something that you know, I don't want to give any spoiler, but I'm hoping to see more characters in this that I'm surprised to see. Like, oh my god, this guy, you know, something like that.
Yeah, well, you're only gonna be surprised though if you watch the cartoons,
You mean what do you mean by the cartoons like the Clone
like
Wars?
Clone Wars, because
Oh
that's all
yeah.
it's introduced. And it's like who? Because you keep hearing, oh yeah, they showed this beloved character, and I got on there and it's like, for the Clone Wars, I didn't watch the Clone Wars. How
Oh
is he beloved? I mean, if he came from the original series, he's beloved.
yeah.
Oh, never asked you. You gotta watch Clone Wars now. Then you gotta watch Rebels.
So hey, how did you let's just finish off on this note on Alien 3, right? So when you saw Bishop again, did you think that was a robot? When you see the
Well,
character, the actor.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and say that was pretty good on that part because I think the same thing Ripley thinks. Did you?
Yes.
Because she thinks he's a robot, then he convinces her he's real, and then it turns out he's a robot.
Is he a robot?
I'm pretty sure he's a robot.
I thought he said they sent a friendly face.
Well, they said a friendly face because it's the face she knew.
Oh.
I only say that, and I'm still wondering, was he a robot? But I know there's a scene where it shows it looked like he either is part of his jacket hanging off, or it looked like his skin was hanging off.
Really?
I need to. Almost want to
I
watch
thought it
it
was
again to
I
see.
thought it was the guy who owns that corporation, like the Android. Like that's why they modeled the Bishop after
Yeah,
his likeness.
but why would they? Because the first robot didn't look like him.
Oh,
And I mean,
yeah, right.
shouldn't he have been older? Because
He
I
would have
mean,
been
the
older.
corporation's
Oh.
been way. You gotta think this corporation's been around.
Oh
a
my
long
god, I
time.
never thought that. So the whoever looked like Bishop is the Nana Android.
I think he is. I
Oh
mean,
my
I don't know his
gosh.
physical form. We should think about it, but it looked like there was a piece of skin hanging on. Maybe it was just a jacket I saw.
I think it was a jacket because he was wearing like the collar up.
Yeah, maybe it was. I thought it was like part of his face is coming off.
Oh my gosh, I didn't think about that. You're right. The guy would have been much older. I
But it
never
could have
thought
been.
that
I mean,
would
I
have been
guess
an
it could be. I
android.
guess it could be him because I mean, it's kind of like Blade Runner, and we see all the androids and robots and stuff. And they got your creator that owns a company coming down. But whoever made the company, he wouldn't own the company. The company's been around forever.
Yeah, it just they made
So
an android.
he could have just been a bad guy. But the problem is they all lied to all those people, you know, because we do see
Yes.
guns at the end. They use those guns. They shoot up 83.
Yeah, they shot
'Cause you
85. They even
realize
shot more in the leg.
85.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they're trying to stalk
but
him.
at
They're
the
trying to stalk
end,
everybody.
they kept him alive. Like, what was
Yeah.
they going to take this guy?
I don't know. They're gonna take him and just like feed him to another alien or something. Maybe they're gonna see if he had some alien inside of him.
So you know,
'Cause,
so funny.
maybe he got some alien spit in his mouth.
Maybe
He's gonna
he'll-
have a queen.
he's not even like a huge character, but he gets you survive at the end. It's like a
Which
horror movie.
that makes you think. Well, it can't be true though, but it could be like, okay, if they get human DNA, if they get a woman's DNA, they become a queen, and if they get a man's DNA, they just become deal. But the problem is when they took over that village at the second movie, they should have had a whole bunch of queens.
They should, right? Instead of just
But
one.
again, in real life though, like if you see a hive though,
It's just one queen.
the other females have to do something else, and one becomes a queen. Only
Yeah.
one.
Huh.
So maybe that's how they decided it could become a queen.
So yeah, they kind of modeled it like just like these. Yeah.
Yeah,
like ants.
So it's by your DNA and stuff,
Wow.
and your gender. Okay,
Yes.
so we explored the science thoroughly
For the science thoroughly.
in
Yes.
the alien world. I mean,
in an 80s mindset, we did. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
well, no, we did it. We took the modern era, our COVID-based information, and made it.
And made it
Using
work.
we use real science, Lam. This is science. This is science as according to the year 2022.
2022.
When-
Yes.
When we
Elliot.
should be so advanced. By the way, anybody that's watching this want to know what's going on in the year 2022? We don't have anything awesome. We have cell phones. They look like the same cell phones we've had for almost 20 years now.
Hey, yeah. Well, no, is it? No, not 20. Oh, ooh, almost
Okay.
20 years.
Almost 20 years. We still don't have a stinking flying car.
I'm not worried about the flying car.
When
I'm
we
gonna
got this
argue with
guy,
that.
that's made some awesome electric cars, but for almost 20 years now, he's been saying they're going to drive by themselves. What's up with you? So he's
It's
full of crap,
it's barely
man.
been 10 years, right? Yeah.
All right, we're gonna, yeah.
Yeah.
He's been
I
saying
mean,
that.
like,
oh yeah. And by the
maybe
way, we're supposed to
eventually.
have gone to Mars. What, next year?
hey,
I
it
don't
still
think
could
it's gonna
happen.
happen.
You don't know.
2023. It's not gonna happen.
If we still got 6 months before that comes around, okay? All right.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah. Boom. Let's get
so-
this crap going.
So from now until the end of the year, let's put a whole bunch of space movies to fill in that gap. So we
Yeah,
can see
well,
either
and
how
hell
wrong
yeah.
or
Oh
right
yeah,
we
by the
are.
way, what also happened 2 years earlier, but before this year, I want to go ahead and point out this giant disease came along that almost wiped out all humanity. And their solution to it was wear masks and stay at home for like months and months at a time.
Yeah.
Instead of, hey, let's just do something else.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Hey.
basically, for anybody that's watching this in the future, we were smarter in the 80s and the 90s, and then we turned stupid with the 2000s. Just want you to know.
You know, you're gonna jinx us. Like maybe a few years from now, right? A new disease is gonna surface. It's gonna be deadlier than we ever thought.
Oh, I'm sure it is, because we almost had Ebola go all over the world just a couple years ago too.
It's like, hey, you know what?
And we got monkeypox too.
Oh my gosh, I
Oh
haven't
yeah,
heard
what about that wolfing cough? We wiped out wolfing cough in the United States, and it came back.
Yes, whooping cough. It's like a little kid thing, right? I remember
Oh
only
yeah.
whooping cough just.
Oh yeah, it
little
was
kid
gone.
thing.
It was actually gone from the United States, and it came back.
And it
because
came back.
because you don't want to get shots.
Ah,
Hey,
you
scared
know
of freaking needle.
I don't want to bring that politics into this show. So with
I
that,
don't either,
right?
but I just want to bring back. I just want everybody to know the future's dark.
Hey, I'm so glad you used that keyword, the future. I just want to let everybody know if anybody listens next
So most
week.
likely the future is going to look like aliens.
So next week is our 100th episode, and we're gonna bring something back. All right, in the future. So with that, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching this segment of our reviews. I hope you had a great time listening to us. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters.